bend your knees, stack your hips. So take a big full breath here. Open it up and then come through half pigeon right side. All the way down. And just allow yourself to be right here. And so knee is much to the right edge of the mat as you can. Notice where you're clenching, where you're holding. We store trauma from life in our body. A lot ends up in our hips. And so the idea here is to hold this opening. But as we hold, sensation arises. And so what do we do with sensation? Usually we tighten and grip around it. And so your practice here is to just use your breath to notice any tightness and unravel, unwind. Use that breath, use your exhale. And so in every pose, there's an opportunity to notice how you're being. Really, in every situation, in every breath, there's an opportunity to notice how you're being. Are you being light? Are you being at ease? Are you being love? Are you being kindness, joy, gratitude? Because it's not about the pose. It's not about what you're doing. It's not about your profession or your role. It's not about your activities. It's how you're being when you're doing whatever it is you're doing. So this practice is just that. It's practice. It's practice aligning ourselves with just noticing. That's all. Not having to change or shift or fix, just noticing. Who's showing up? What's showing up here? Last few breaths, make them deep and intentional. And then slowly walk your hands up under your shoulders. Kick your leg back and then just kick it up and around. Get some blood flow here. And then slowly release your right leg. Lift your left leg, bend and stack. So really lift your knee to get a stretch through the front of your left hip. Good. One more big breath. Half pigeon left side. Come on down. And I'm still on the being part. A lot of it is just where you're placing your attention. And that's where that word mindful comes in. And that word's tossed around a lot, mindfulness. But if you really think about what it is, it's just paying attention. And so, like, how are you being when you're washing the dishes? You can be doing it with mindful attention. How are you being when you're in a rush? I decided that I can rush mindfully. That's it's my idea of what I can do. I can rush as long as I'm mindful about rushing. That's probably called a bargain, bargaining with myself. But really, how are you being when you get locked out of your email? Username and password incorrect. I don't know why that's such a trigger. How are you being when you get bad news? How are you being when your boss sends you an email? You don't always have to be joy and light, but can you always just have the backdrop of gratitude and space, maybe a little ease? And slowly walk your hands up under your shoulders and kick it back. Downward dog. Get some blood flow here. Kick that hip around.